Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Transforming with Sarah. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. This video today is just going over my carnivore non-scale victories. Why the heck am I still doing carnivore? Clearly more must be going on if I'm eating nothing but meat. Why am I sticking with it? Honestly, my weight loss journey now has become way more than just focusing in on the scale. So I thought I would just create a video to kind of give a recap on some of my non-scale victories and why I am thoroughly enjoying carnivore and why I continue to talk about it because it's just so much more now than just the numbers on a scale. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into it. Okay, so just a little bit about myself if you don't know. My history is I used to be morbidly obese, overweight. At my heaviest, I was 308 pounds. If you want to hear more about that, I'll link some videos below. Okay, so first off, if you've never heard of carnivore, it's basically where you eat absolutely only meat and animal products. So no vegetable, no fruit, no sugar, no energy drinks, anything like that. It literally is just boiled down to meat and animal products like eggs, butter, and cheese. Now, why am I talking about carnivore is I have been now practicing the carnivore diet for 215 days, so I am well within my 8th month doing strict carnivore and all meat. So I thought I would put together a little non-scale victory video for you guys because a lot of people look in on the carnivore diet and think, why the heck are you doing that? It is way too restrictive. There's no way you can maintain this for long. When you get off carnivore, you're gonna gain all this weight. So I thought I would just talk a little bit about my journey and what kind of motivates me just to keep staying carnivore. To me, carnivore is not restrictive, which actually kind of brings me into my first non-scale victory of I get freedom, which I know a lot of people will look at that and be like, what the heck? You're not allowing yourself to eat vegetables, sugar, fruit, any of this. I talked a little bit about this in my Why Am I Going Carnivore video a long time ago, but it definitely has gotten better over this last 8 months. Is I am a food addict. I am a sugar addict, I am a carb addict, and I admit it. I have come to realize that I do not have control that I need when it comes to sugar. I can't stop myself. I am better at kind of staying away from those foods because I cannot moderate. Moderation for me with food does not exist. It's not there. I don't have that control. So for me, it is just so much easier to just stick with the meats and the animal product. I don't have to stress about carbs, sugar, all of that. I can just literally eat whatever I crave within animal products and meat and just not worry about it. And by the way, a huge non-scale victory is that I no longer have cravings, and I didn't think this day would ever exist. Like, I don't crave Reese's, I don't crave French fries. When we go out to the McDonald's drive-thru to get their burger patties, which is a great carnivore substitute when you're out and about, I don't crave the French fries. I don't even think to buy it. We go to the store and I don't even, turn my head at the carb aisles. Like, that's just not a thing. I don't really care for it anymore. I'm not sitting there thinking all day about how I want to get sugar, or when I have a stressful day, I used to think about how I would just get on like Uber Eats and order junk food. Now when I have a bad day, I just think, oh, I can't wait to go on a walk or do this or do that. Nothing involving food. And that is absolutely incredible to me because that I was almost like chained down from food, and my whole world revolved around food. From morning to night, I would be planning out meals, thinking about what I wanted when I was on the standard American diet. If I got stressed out during the day, it came down to what junk food am I gonna eat to make myself feel better and zone out. Everything came from food. That was how I found my security and my happiness before, and now it no longer does. I've worked so hard to just focus on the good foods, focus on how healthy and happy I feel, and building healthy habits. So I feel like that above anything else is so worth the carnivore diet by sticking with it is I've been able to break through all of those addictions and just that's how I get my sense of freedom, is I no longer feel like on a bad day I have to turn to some sort of food to make myself feel better. So I've gotten a lot of freedom from that, and that is how I am able to stick carnivore. Another thing is I definitely have a huge boost of energy. I used to not have that much energy. I would get done with work and go sit on the couch and watch TV. On my weekends, I would just want to sit on the couch. I didn't want to do chores. I was just always so drained, so tired. And now I just have all this energy. I'm cleaning after work and then working out, or cleaning on days off, just like knocking things off my to-do list. I'm always energized and happy. Another pro of me being on carnivore is my digestion. I used to have a lot of digestion issues. Never really went to the doctor for it, because that's just how I am, but it definitely has gotten way better, and I'm able to actually pinpoint little things that are upsetting my stomach. For example, the lower quality eggs I found out are messing up my digestion. Cut that out, and now I am good to go, so I don't have to worry about all of that. Another pro is that my skin has been getting so healthy. Used to, I would have a lot of acne, I would have a lot of redness. I no longer really have acne breakouts at all. Like, definitely growing up, I struggled with acne. Even into, early adulthood, I was struggling with acne, but now it is super rare that I get acne. So yeah, that's definitely a huge pro. And my hair has been growing in. When I did keto, I actually lost hair. So doing carnivore, I have not noticed an issue with hair loss or anything like that. My nails are really good. I think that's just because I'm pulling in enough protein, but that's a small pro that I definitely wanted to bring out. Another thing that has improved since going carnivore is my sleep. I used to be that person that tossed and turned, and it took me 30 minutes to an hour just to fall asleep from being in bed. It was so hard for me to fall asleep. I would usually stress out over not getting enough sleep. So yeah, once I got deeper into carnivore, it is so much easier for me to fall asleep. Now I could fall asleep within 10-15 minutes of laying down. I sleep even longer through the night. I get up less. So my sleep has definitely improved. I have more energy, all around. I'm just feeling absolutely amazing. Another pro that some people don't think about is when you're eating all meat is that your meal prep is so easy, or grocery shopping is so easy. You spend way less time because you're just basically going on the outskirts of the store through the dairy to pick up the butter or the cheese if you want that, and then to the meat section, and then boom, you're out of the door. That also just goes to meals, is it's way easier to meal prep, plan for meals, and cooking, because you're not having to do all these different things. You're just kind of focusing on one item. Now, on a more personal note with pros to carnivore, I guess I haven't really talked about it. Now, I was never clinically diagnosed or anything like that, but I did used to suffer a lot with depression and anxiety. Like I said, never went to a doctor, so I don't know the level. I could just tell you that when I was on the standard American diet, I had multiple days where I just couldn't move. I didn't want to do anything. I just felt so sad or disappointed in life. Sometimes it felt like my body weighed 1,000 pounds and I couldn't move. I couldn't do it. I didn't want to do anything. I would sometimes get home from work and just sit in my car because I just didn't have the energy. I didn't have the motivation to even just get to the house to then sit on the couch. I definitely suffered from having depression and just having such a negative tendency of saying why is this happening to me? Of course this is happening to me. And just looking at life so negatively. And it was just, I guess I didn't realize how bad it was until I've gotten to my mental clarity now. I also really suffered from anxiety, from talking to people, even just going to work, for talking to people on the phone. So many things would just get me so scared. I would have panic attacks as well. So alongside with depression, I suffered from anxiety, and it just wasn't a great space to live in, but at the same time, I didn't know how it could get better. Now that I have gone carnivore, I can tell you that thinking back, I actually have not had any depression episodes. My anxiety is still a little there. That being said, I do have a pretty stressful job, but it definitely has gone down dramatically. So I haven't experienced depression since pretty much going carnivore, getting about a month in, and my anxiety has gone down. So that is a huge non-scale victory. That is in itself another reason for me to just stay carnivore, or at least in this, I guess, low carb realm, is because of that. Because I do get the mental clarity. I no longer suffer from depression. My anxiety has gone down, and I am positive that I can also get that to a very minimal state even further. So that is a huge non-scale victory. It can help with depression, anxiety, give you mental clarity. I'm able to just think things through way better. I've just, especially this last month and a half, I've noticed such an inner peace. Like, I just feel happy. I can take on stress way better. Used to, I would kind of take it all personally and let it get to me and get me all riled up or anxious. But now it's just, I kind of let it roll over me, and it's like, okay, what can I do to get through this? How can I fix it? I just approach situations like that so much better now. Mentally, all of it, it's so much better. Everything's more clear, and I feel absolutely fantastic. So these are just a lot of huge things that I have been experiencing the last couple of months. Okay, so girl talk, sorry guys, but I definitely need to cover this, is with my menstrual cycle. I have actually been able to regulate it, and by the way, it has never, ever been regulated since I got my first one. I was never able to track it. Sometimes I would have 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 8 weeks in between a cycle. It was so irregular, but looking back now, I can tell you that on my second month of carnivore, that's when it started becoming regular. And ever since then, I have actually equaled about the regular 28 days in between. So that is absolutely phenomenal to me that I've been able to regulate that. Doctors were never even concerned since it was never regular, but they told me that it would never be regular. So just to have that corrected is absolutely crazy to me, and just showing that more than just my weight is being fixed, of course. I'm now experiencing like hormone regulations and all these inner things that are being corrected with carnivore. So that is a huge non-scale victory. All right, next pro that I gained from the carnivore diet is I used to have extremely bad plantar fasciitis in both of my feet. It was so painful to walk, to stand. I would cry in the mornings when I got out of bed because it just hurt so bad to stand up. I was absolutely miserable. But through carnivore diet, I've actually been able to heal my plantar fasciitis. I'd been to multiple doctors who always gave me anything from like a steroid injection to try to help promote healing, or they would give me exercises to try and correct it. None of it ever helped. Pain relief never helped. None of it, nothing. I was always just in pain to stand, to work, to do anything. It made me not want to go anywhere or do anything that would take more than like 30 minutes because it hurts so bad. Now it's absolutely gone. Like, I'm walking 3 miles a day and I don't have any pain. I can go shopping for hours on end and come back and be fine. Like, my plantar fasciitis has definitely been healed. I credit it to the carnivore diet because I know it is known to help heal a lot of internal issues, but also things like that. So that is a huge bonus. On top of that, I used to have a lot of headaches, a lot of migraines, even to the point where in high school I had to have MRI scans done to try and figure out what was going on. Long story short, I've had a huge history with headaches, and since going carnivore, I have had a drastic cut in headaches. So all around, I guess what I'm getting at here is that I'm just feeling so much better. I've been able to heal my digestive issues, my plantar fasciitis, depression. We're working on anxiety, but that's gone way down. skin, hair, nails, all of that, inner peace, and just a positive outlook on life. And I'm absolutely loving it. And I know that all this wouldn't have been possible if I was still on the standard American diet. I would be depressed and in pain and on the couch and eating junk food. And yeah, now I no longer am tied to food. It's no longer my emotional vice. I just have so much more freedom, so much more energy. And I know that as I continue to move forward and work on myself with good goals, with losing weight, with focusing on all these healthy things, I know that for me, carnivore is going to be long term, because I have gained so much more than just weight loss. I have gained health, I have gained mental clarity, I have become a better person. So yeah, that's why I thought I would put together this video. I know a lot of people, like I said, think that carnivore is very restrictive, but when you look at it on the aspect of how much I have healed and how far I've come, yeah, how much better I feel, you guys. Like, it's absolutely incredible. I'm almost smiling all the time. That's why I'm here making videos, is to share with you guys my journey and just basically say, hey, I know it sounds crazy, but give it a try, because you never know what you were told you couldn't heal or that you would always have to suffer from. You might actually be able to correct with a healthy way of eating. So there you have it, a little all over the place, but I wanted to just sit down and explain why I'm still doing carnivore, why I think it's absolutely amazing, why I'm sharing and promoting it is because I have gained absolutely so much more from it. So yeah, there you have it. If you're doing keto and carnivore and have experienced huge changes like this, I would love it if you would share it. So go ahead and leave a comment below. I know there are plenty more things. These are just things I've been thinking about that have improved over the last 8 months. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, of course, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment below. And if you haven't done so already, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe and follow along on my journey. All right, until next time, remember to stay strong, stay positive, and you've got this. Bye, everybody.